This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Olanireti, Ololade. The major headlines: Israel-Iran tensions. US allows citizens in Nigeria as Shiite protest rocks Lagos. This who takes office tomorrow as 23rd IG after council clearance. ICPC list documents, devices seized from El Rufai's Abuja home. DSS snaps tackling responsibility for Obi's attack. 300 level UI medical student dies after ingesting insecticide. Business. Petrol may hit 1,000 naira per litre as Dangote hikes price. Executive order on remittances. Edu panel swings into action. Sports. Lookman eyes Copa del Rey final sport with Atletico. Kaiser Chiefs eye in Valley. Entertainment. Ella defends expensive Mercedes car gift to Jarvis. Angela Okorie recounts experience at Suleja Correctional Center. News in detail. Israel-Iran tensions. US alert citizens in Nigeria as Shiite protest rocks Lagos. Members of the Southwest leadership of the Islamic movement in Nigeria staged a peaceful protest in Lagos State, denouncing the killings of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in strikes by the United States and Israel. The development comes as Mansouri Kodasa Baghdadi, wife of Iran's supreme leader, reportedly died from injuries sustained during recent United States and Israeli strikes at her residence in Tehran. According to the Jamara news agency on Monday, Baghdadi has slipped into a coma after being injured in the attacks but succumbed to her wounds on March 2nd. Her death comes amid reports that Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed in the early hours of Saturday, February 28th, during coordinated US and Israeli strikes. Several other senior figures of the Iranian regime were also said to have been killed in the attack. Protests in Lagos on Monday follow similar demonstrations by the Shiites in Kano, Yobe, Gombe, and Bauchi states on Sunday. The Lagos demonstrators marched through parts of the Maryland axis carrying placards and banners denouncing what they described as an invasion of Iran and the targeted assassination of the long-serving Iranian leader. Meanwhile, the United States government has issued a security alert to citizens in Nigeria following escalating hostilities between the US and Iran. In a statement on Monday, the US authorities warned Americans abroad to remain vigilant in the wake of ongoing military operations involving Iran. This will take office tomorrow as 23rd IG after council clearance. With yesterday's approval by the Nigeria Police Council, all is set for tomorrow's swearing of Ololade as 23rd Inspector General of Police. The council at its meeting unanimously endorsed Disu and will be sworn in by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu before the Federal Executive Council meeting. Special Advisor of the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, said. The well-attended NPC meeting, presided over by President Tinubu at the Council Chamber of the State House, Abuja, and lasted less than 30 minutes. The approval is in compliance with the provisions of the Police Act 2020, which mandates the Council to consider any appointment of an Inspector General of Police. The Police Council, chaired by the President, comprises 36 governors, Chairman of the Police Service Commission, and the Inspector General of Police. Speaking with reporters after the meeting, Chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum and Governor of Kwara State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, said the Council carefully reviewed his records and was satisfied with his credentials and performance. ICPC list documents, devices seized from El Rufai's Abuja home. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission on Monday disclosed details of documents and electronic devices allegedly recovered from the Abuja residence of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai. The anti-graft agency made the disclosures in court filings before the Federal Capital Territory High Court, opposing a 1 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by the former governor. El-Rufai had challenged what he described as illegal arrest, detention, and the search of residents last month. In the court filings, the ICPC urged the court to dismiss the suit, insisting its operatives acted under a valid search warrant issued on February 18 and executed on February 19 between 1:37 p.m. and 3:56 p.m. at 12 Mambila Street, Ashokoro, Abuja. The commission said its officials were accompanied by personnel of Nigerian Police Force and that the exercise was witnessed by El-Rufai's wife, Adija El-Rufai, and the son, Mohammed El-Rufai. Sorry for the break. ICPC lists documents, devices seized from El-Rufai's Abuja home. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission on Monday disclosed details of documents and electronic devices allegedly recovered from the Abuja residence of former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai. The anti-graft agency made the disclosures in court filings before the Federal Capital Territory High Court, opposing a 1 billion naira fundamental rights enforcement suit filed by the former governor. El-Rufai had challenged what he described as his illegal arrest, detention, and the search of his residence last month. In the court filings, the ICPC urged the court to dismiss the suit, insisting its operative acted under a valid search warrant issued on February 18 and executed on February 19 between 1:37 p.m. and 3:56 p.m. at 12 Mambila Street, Ashokoro, Abuja. The commission said its officials were accompanied by personnel of the Nigerian Police Force and that the exercise was witnessed by El-Rufai's wife, Aziza El-Rufai, and his son, Mohammed El-Rufai. Items allegedly recovered included investor account statements, asset declaration forms, certificates of registration for business entities, corporate compliance records, client know your customer files, documents linked to the African Democratic Congress Welfare Secretary, records of domestic and foreign loans approved by the Kaduna State House of Assembly from 2015 to 2023, and interim investigation reports involving El-Rufai and associates. Other materials reportedly seized include Ecobank Nigeria PLC share certificates, land documents, student financial services papers, valuation reports, deeds of assignment, irrevocable power of attorney for multiple properties, Afri Venture Capital Company documents, payment mandates, and media publicity materials from the office of the ex-governor. US-based Nigerian jailed 19 years over $4 million romance fraud. The 40-year-old Nigerian Leslie Umba has been sentenced to 19 years in the United States federal prison for his role in a $4 million romance scam and business email compromise scheme. Mba, who is not a US citizen, is also expected to face deportation proceedings upon completion of his prison term. The sentence was handed down by US District Judge David Itner, who ordered Mba to serve 228 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to make false statements in immigration documents. The conviction was announced in a statement issued on Monday by the United States Attorney Office for the Southern District of Texas. According to prosecutors, between April 2018 and December 2023, Mba and his accomplices operated a transnational fraud scheme that targeted individuals and businesses through romance scams and compromised business email accounts. Investigators said members of the syndicate initially gained unauthorized access to business email accounts overseas and diverted legitimate payments into bank accounts under their control in the United States. Victims believed they were sending money to legitimate businesses, but Mba and the others instead funneled the funds to accounts they controlled, the statement noted. DSS nabbed teacher claiming responsibility for Obi's attack. The Department of State Services has arrested a 26-year-old man, Udemy Stephen, for allegedly claiming responsibility for the recent attack on 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Stephen was apprehended following a threat he posted on his X account at SteveStorm788, shortly after armed men fired gunshots at the African Democratic Congress Secretariat and Chief John Odige Oyegun's residence in Benin, Edo State. Present at the event were Obi, Odige Oyegun, former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Ololade, and some ADC leaders. In his post, Stephen claimed responsibility for the incident and issued further threats against Obi. He wrote that Obi was fortunate to have survived the Benin attack and warned that he would not be lucky the next time, alleging that his associate would target the former presidential candidate during a planned visit to Rivers State. Two shots dead in renewed cult violence in Lagos. Two suspected cultists, identified simply as Monday and Efi, have been shot dead in a fresh wave of cult-related violence in the Ojo area of Lagos State. It was gathered that the killings occurred on Sunday at different locations within the community. A source who spoke on condition of anonymity due to the sensitive nature of the incident said the victims were discovered with gunshot wounds. Two bodies were found in the community on Sunday with gunshot injuries. We later learned that the killings were carried out by suspected cultists in what appeared to be a reprisal attack by rebel groups. The police subsequently evacuated the bodies, the source said. An anti-cultism platform, Confra Niger, alleged in a post on X that one of the victims Monday was a former chairman of the Neo Black movement in Alaba International Market and was also described by some as a long-time leader of the Ayeko fraternity in the area. The platform claims that Monday had been a target for some time and that a close associate of his, also said to be a former Aye leader, was killed in March last year. Confra Niger further alleged that the second victim, Ife, was another NBM leader in Ojo, though he was said not to be a regular presence in the area. 300-level UI medical student dies after ingesting insecticide. A 300-level medical student of the University of Ibadan has died after consuming an insecticide on Sunday night, according to authorities at the University College Hospital, Ibadan. The fellow student reportedly found him on the ground floor of Nnamdi Azikiwe Hall, foaming at the mouth and disoriented. The victim reportedly admitted to ingesting the insecticide, identified as Sniper, before losing consciousness. It was gathered on Monday that the student's roommates immediately alerted all authorities, who contacted the Student Union Bus Service to convey him to Jaja Clinic. He was initially stabilized with oxygen and intravenous fluids before being transferred to the UCH's emergency unit, where he was placed on life support. The UCH Public Relations Officer Funmi Adetuyibi confirmed the death, stating the boy passed away on Sunday evening. The student was brought in based on the reports that he consumed Sniper, and the UCH responded accordingly. Sadly, he did not survive. The student's parents, who reside in Akure, Ondo State, were called to the hospital before his death. During inquiries, they reportedly suggested the possibility of poisoning. However, His roommates maintained that he had admitted to ingesting the insecticide and noted that he had become withdrawn recently, rarely attending classes, and has been avoiding calls from his parents. Business. Petrol may hit 1,000 naira per litre as Dangote hikes price. The price of premium motor spirit at retail pump stations may soon rise to between 980 naira and over 1,000 naira per litre, depending on location nationwide. Following the fresh increase in the gantry price by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, development comes as President of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, unveiled plans to invest in electricity generation alongside expansions into steel production and port infrastructure as part of a broader ambition to industrialize Africa and strengthen domestic energy securities. The National Publicity Secretary of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Chinedu Ukadiki, confirmed the likely retail price in a telephone interview on Monday. Following the increase by Dangote, the pump price will likely range between 980 naira and over 1,000 naira per litre, depending on location and logistics. This is likely the effect of the recent hike in global crude oil price, Ukadiki said. A senior official at the refinery first confirmed the price adjustment, noting that it was driven by volatility in the international crude oil markets. Yes, the price has been reviewed. The new country price is now 874 naira per litre from 774 naira. The review became necessary due to changes in global crude fundamental and replacement costs, the official said. Checked by petroleumprice.ng also showed that the revised rate has been reflected across the downstream value chain, indicating a shift in pricing benchmarks in a notice to marketers at the refinery stated. Dear valued customers, we are pleased to inform you that PMS is currently available for purchase. Please be informed that the current price is 874 naira per litre. Thank you for choosing Dangote. Executive order on remittances. Edu panel swings into action. The federal government has approved the transition period for the implementation of direct payments by oil and gas contractors into the Federation account under Executive Order 9, issued by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The move, which received strong backing from governors, is aimed at strengthening the management of petroleum revenues, enhancing fiscal transparency, and safeguarding public funds. The decision was taken by the Implementation Committee for Executive Order 9 of 2026 following its inaugural meeting held on February 26. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wali Edun, who chairs the Implementation Committee, said in a statement yesterday that the transition period would allow the new system to be introduced without disrupting existing contractual and financial arrangements in the oil sector. The executive order directs that revenues from petroleum operations, including profit oil, royalty oil, and tax oil, be paid directly into the Federation account in line with constitutional provisions. According to Edu, the committee agreed that the shift must be carefully managed to maintain investor confidence while protecting Nigeria's revenue base. Sports. Lookman eyes Copa del Rey final spot with Atletico. A few months after joining Atletico Madrid, Ademola Lookman will hope to take another step closer to his first major trophy with the Regiblancos when they face Barcelona in the second leg of their Copa del Rey tie on Tuesday. Atletico are aiming to reach their first Copa del Rey final since the 2012-2013 season, and Lookman is among those leading the charge for Diego Simon's side. Since joining the club for €35 million in January, Lookman has registered 2 goals and 2 assists in 2 matches, while adding another goal in 4 La Liga appearances. The 28-year-old scored and provided an assist in Atletico's 4-0 thrashing for Barcelona in the first leg, giving the Catalans a mountain to climb in Tuesday's encounter. Atletico have not reached the Copa del Rey final since Simon's debut season in 2012-2013, but their dominant first-leg performance have moved them closer to their first major domestic cup final in over a decade. 3 consecutive wins across competitions have kept them in strong form, including a commanding 5-0 victory over Real Betis in the quarter-finals. That, along with their 1-0 win over Real Oviedo at the weekend, means they have lost just once in their last 11 competitive away matches. Kaiser Chiefs eye Nwabali. South African giants Kaiser Chiefs have renewed their interest in Nigeria international goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali following the appendix surgery of first choice keeper, Brandon Peterson, according to Afrifoot. The club have submitted an offer to sign the free agent as a stick cover for Peterson. Peterson underwent the operation on Friday and was expected to be discharged from the hospital on Monday, though his return to action remains unclear, with recovery from an appendectomy typically taking about 3 and 6 weeks. His absence was felt immediately as Chiefs lost the Soweto Derby 3-0 to Orlando Pirates, with Bruce Boomer deputizing between the posts, leaving the Soweto Giants 11 points adrift in the Betway Premiership title race. Nwabali, 29, has been without a club since leaving Chippa United earlier this year, making him an attractive free agent Entertainment. Pella defends expensive Mercedes car gift to Jarvis. Social media personality Pella sparked mixed reaction online after gifting his partner Jarvis a brand new Mercedes-Benz GLE 450 on her birthday. The luxury vehicle worth millions of naira left Jarvis visibly emotional in the viral video. While some fans applauded the romantic move, others criticized Pella for what they deemed excessive spending, drawing comparison to the car he previously bought for his mother. Addressing the backlash, Pella defended his decision, stating that the gift was a statement of his financial status and a reward Jarvis deserved. My mom wanted a Toyota worth 9 million naira, but I bought her a Hyundai worth 20 million naira instead. Who would still have dragged me even if I had bought her the 9 million Toyota? Am I the first person to buy his girlfriend a car? I love my baby. I didn't buy Jarvis a car just so she can stay with me. She deserves it. I don't care if she leaves me later. If Jarvis gives me a child, I'll do even more than this, Pella said in the video. Angela Okore recounts experience at Suleja Correctional Center. Actress and singer Angela Okore has opened up about her detention at the Suleja Correctional Center over a cybercrime case involving fellow actress Mercy Johnson. In a post on Instagram, Okore described her time at the facility as life-changing, noting that the experience reshaped her perspective on life and human dignity. The actress recently returned to the center with medical supplies and welfare materials for children born within the custodial facility, drew attention to what she described as harsh living conditions and an acute shortage of essential medications. Okoria said she was deeply moved by the situation of inmates and their children, adding that her time in detention instilled in her lessons on resilience, inner strength, hope, and compassion. Recap of the major headlines. Israel-Iran tensions. US alert citizens in Nigeria as Shiite protest rocks Lagos. Disu takes office tomorrow as 23rd IG after council clearance. ICPC lists documents devices seized from El Rufai's Abuja home. DSS snaps teacher claiming responsibility for Obi's attack. 300 level UI medical student dies after ingesting insecticide. Business. Petrol may hit 1,000 naira per litre as Dangote hikes price. Executive order on remittances. Edom panel swings into action. Sports. Lookman eyes Copa del Rey final spot with Atletico. Kaiser Chiefs eye Nwabali. Entertainment. Pella defends expensive Mercedes car gift to Jarvis. Angela Okore recounts experience at Suleja Correctional Center. Follow us on all our social media handles. Facebook at Ifako Radio, WhatsApp at Ifako Radio, YouTube at Ifako Radio, X at Ifako Radio, Instagram at Ifako_radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call the WhatsApp 091 2222 7433. Special thanks to the news producer Olanireti. Thanks for watching. I'm Olanireti. Ololade. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.